Hi, Dr. Marcia here in my video series on good self-care in the winter and moving into spring. And today I want to talk to you about mental flexibility. Mental flexibility is such an important quality that everyone should have because it really makes the difference between a happy and successful life and a difficult life. Because mental flexibility really means being able to pivot mentally, being able to change your mind, see a different perspective, and just look at things from somebody else's shoes, for example. So for example, an idea that might require some mental flexibility is our political views or affiliations. Perhaps we were very devoted to one particular party or leader, but then perhaps our party or leader did something which distressed us or upset us. So we could either dig in and just, believe regardless, or we can think about, what our party or our leader did and think about, maybe this is not aligned with my values, and then we can change our mind and perhaps change our political affiliation, or at least for the time being, while our party or our leader are doing something that doesn't agree with our values, try something else. So that's one way having mental flexibility can really help us, because instead of following blindly just because we had in the past, we can look at the people that we're following and ask ourselves on a regular basis, do these people's values align with my own? Are they doing things that I can live with or not live with? And then we can change our minds and really always be grounded in our true values, in our authentic self. Another important way to pivot is in our personal relationships. Perhaps we are in a romantic relationship and our partner has been, fine up until recently, and then they start to change their behavior. Perhaps they're getting a little bit critical or controlling, or even starting to be subtly or more overtly abusive. In the past, perhaps we were very devoted to this person, madly in love with them, but now that they're changing, we have two choices. Rigidly keep going and insisting that this person is the same, and that we love them, we adore them, we'll be with them because they used to be okay, or see them for who they have become and then change how we interact with them, perhaps confront them, perhaps leave them, but not just insist that because something was a certain way in the past, that means it has to be the same now. Because the reality of life is that everything changes, and if we cannot change with life, we get stuck and we bang ourselves against the wall over and over again, and we suffer. There's an old aphorism that says the ancient tree will break in the wind, but the young sapling will bend and bounce back. So we need to be able to bend and bounce back. That's resilience. Resilience is being able to bounce back from adversity. But if we can't have mental flexibility as much as we have physical flexibility to actually physically bend, we're going to get into a lot of trouble. Another way of having mental flexibility is in our workplace. Sometimes we have done something in a certain way, or we have certain beliefs, but perhaps, something is going to change in our workplace that indicates to us that maybe we need to let go of some of our old beliefs and our old habits. And that will help us succeed in the workplace. If we stay rigid and we hold on to certain old-fashioned habits and beliefs, we may never get to the level of success that we would want and that we deserve. The thing about mental flexibility is that it's a sign of adaptability. And, as Darwin says, the survival of the fittest is about the survival of those who are able to adapt to the changes of our times. And these are very different and changing times. And the people who are dealing the best right now are the people who are able to change their mind and see things from a different perspective and do things differently. Flexibility is about having the ability to change our habits, our attitudes, and our beliefs. Because if we can't, we can never learn, and we can never grow, and we can never improve. If we stay stuck in rigid habits, beliefs, and behaviors, we are never going to be able to be our very best selves. If we want to be the best version of ourselves, we have to have that mental flexibility so that we can keep learning, growing, changing, improving, and having the life that we really want and the life that we deserve. So please stay tuned for more videos in my series on moving into winter and spring with good self-care. I'm Dr. Marcia. I'll talk to you soon.